Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks, Futures, and Forex market preview for Thursday the 25th and Friday the 26th of March 2021. Hope you had a good trading week. We had a great day on Wednesday. Futures, not Forex, but futures and stocks, excellent. No problems there. Good money being. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. So the dollar is breaking out to highs. I'm just showing you this because it's busting the green static trend line that's there. It's got kind of a cup and handle going on. So there's good things going on the dollar index heading back up, and that's interesting. Here's the ES. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. Didn't do much. They lost a little bit, and we're still near the highs, but not went off a little bit, and that's fine. Let's go through the major daily charts. Again, this will be the last preview for the week because we don't typically do previews for Friday. Here's the crude oil number down $1.04 to 60.14 after bouncing back a bit. Gold down up $3.40 to 1736.60. Still near the lows. S&P cash loses 21.38. Overall, that's the lowest it's been for like 2-3 weeks, but it's all within a very tiny range, so it's not the end of the world. We're within, striking distance of the highs again. Doesn't mean we're going to go back there. Just is what it is. Nasdaq 100 loses 218 points. SOX loses 40.23. The 13 sell signal obviously worked, took us back to the target, which is the red static trend line. That's the end of that signal, but we are starting to roll over again. If we crack that red static trend line here on the SOX, I think that's going to be a big deal. Obviously, the interest rates are going to be a factor in that. Biotech's getting crushed, 139 points down, so we're back to where we were about a month ago, or almost a month ago here on the biotechs. The Russell 2000 loses 51.42. Again, look at that perfect 13 sell signal there. So we haven't had one. The last one we had was back in July. We busted the risk line and went higher quickly. This one's sticking as they usually should. Remember, 80% of them, 75 to 80% of them are correct. So we've seen it in the SOX, we've seen it in the Russell. The sell signals right now are definitely in place, which makes sense because the market's completely overvalued. The VIX gains 90 cents to 21.20, but it was back into the teens this week. Trend closes at 1.51, takes the 10-day all the way up to 1.18. Which is not much of a signal for us. Nasdaq volume 6.2 billion shares, so that's back up from a couple of lighter days. The advanced decline ratio though on the Nasdaq negative 1997, so negative again after being one of the worst of the year the day before. Advanced decline ratio on the New York only negative 444, so not horrible. But the big tech stocks with the interest rates doing what they're doing. Google down $8.80, still holding in that high range base. Apple down $2.45, still sitting where it was back in August. Netflix down $14.28. Amazon down 50.43, still holding where it was back in July. Tesla down 31.89. Facebook down 8.49. Puts us back into where we were back in August. Still, we're not going towards that breakout now anymore, so that's probably off the table. Zoom looks like a mess, and it'll be on the report for the calls for tomorrow. That does not look good if it cracks the recent lows. Goldman Sachs down $3.12 is what it is. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 74 cents. The Dow is down 3 points. That doesn't really mean anything. The big thing is Bitcoin, which has been plummeting all night. Down to 52,310 cents. Doesn't sound like a plummet when you're up at 52,000, but it was off quite a bit earlier this evening, so we'll see where that leads to. All right, now, sorry about that. In terms of intraday action, here's the 5-minute candles. And, again, the problem is the actions in the last hour, it helped us with the PayPal trade. But, we gap up, we kind of wiggled around, we tried to make new highs on the ES. We were sitting there going into lunch and the higher end of the range, but just above the opening 5-minute candle. Lunchtime didn't do much. We came out of lunch literally in the opening 5-minute candle still. Tells you how boring the day is. And then everything from there was kind of a sell-off. Nasdaq side a little more negative for the day, because the stuff that's going on with the tech stocks and the interest rates. So it is what it is, but that is just overall just not pretty stuff. All right. In terms of economic data coming out here in the U.S. for the rest of the week, we've got the final GDP number for the fourth quarter last year at 8:30 a.m. That's the third look. It won't be a big deal. Markets don't care about that number typically. It's already factored in. Usually we already know what it's going to be approximately. Initial and continuing jobless claims also an hour before the bell. Natty gas an hour in. On Friday, core PCE price index at 8:30. Goods, trade balance, personal income and spending, preliminary wholesale inventories, and then at 10, revised University of Michigan sentiment. Switzerland, Broad Europe, and UK doing their time changes this weekend, whereas the U.S. already did it. So it is what it is from that perspective. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday and a good weekend.